Welcome everybody to Red Hat Travel Channel. This video is about Japan, my favorite and one of the most incredible countries in the world. I've been there for 12 days and traveled around 11 places by bullet trains and buses. I slept in the temple, played with snow monkeys, had coffee with robot, got lost in Asian villages and completely fell in love. Today, I'll show you my favorite spots. You can download detailed full itinerary by the link below the video. And don't forget to subscribe. Nihon e yokoso! Welcome to Japan! And our first stop is Tokyo. This city will blow your mind with its crowds and contrasts. It's like a tornado of different flavors, colors, and endless energy swirling around you. You don't resist, you just follow the flow. We didn't get into over-touristy places like Team Lab or Tsukiji Market, although I booked upfront Imperial Palace free tickets. If you're not a history fan, you can definitely skip this experience. We enjoyed some robots at Museum of Science and Innovations. I liked it inside, some of the exhibits were very impressive and even played football and responded to the touch. But my favorite robot, of course, was the one that made me coffee in a shopping mall. In the evening, we explored Roppongi district and went up to the Tokyo Tower at night. There was a nice view, a lot of people and overpriced ice cream. Then we were swallowed up by Akihabara. This area is full of strange manga shops, computer stores, maid cafes and noisy pachinko gaming clubs. In the 2 days we spent in Tokyo, I can tell you that the most interesting things happen behind closed doors. Next time you are there, try Ninja Team Entertainment Restaurant. The first Japanese image that always comes to my mind is the one of Mount Fuji, a magnificent white volcano towering over lakes and fields. One of the best places to admire its beauty is Hakone National Park. You can sail around the lake on a boat and ride the ropeway under a volcanic basin of Akodani. There is a station just in the middle of a boiling valley where you can try famous black eggs, which are boiled in the sulfurous waters. Open Air Museum is another interesting place to visit in Hakone, a collection of modern art, sakura trees, a colorful tower kaleidoscope and hot springs for your tired feet. You'll need a full day or even more to explore Hakone area. There are fancy hotels and other attractions nearby. Yamanouchi is located in the Japanese Alps. This place is famous for the country's largest ski area and hot springs. We stayed in a small village, Shibu Onsen, in a traditional ryokan, a room in a Japanese house with futons, mattresses on the floor instead of the beds, and delicious multi-course home-cooked dinner, kaiseki. The funniest thing to do in this village is to change into yukata robes, get sandals and go on onsen crawling. An onsen is a bath where the water is supplied by natural thermal spring. There are 9 public bathhouses in Shibu Onsen. You can take a key at your hotel, ryokan, and visit every one of them. The onsens are small, gender separated and have different temperature water. Also, at the exit you can put a stamp on a special tower and save it as a souvenir. We came to Yamanouchi region primarily because of the Jikakudani Park of wild snow monkeys, the ones who bath in hot springs during cold weather. To get to the monkeys you have to walk through the forest for about 1.6 kilometers. When we got to the park, there were monkeys everywhere except for the hot tub. We waited as long as we could, but I guess it was just too good weather for them. So if you want to catch Japanese monkeys chilling in a bath, go in January or February. How to get to the park and other useful tips please find on Red Hat Travel website or by the link below the video. Kyoto is the cultural capital of Japan and also is a major tourist destination. Be ready for a lot of people and a lot of beauty. Passing through the thousands of gates of Fushimi Inari, I was speechless. From the spectacular golden Ginkakuji temple, I just couldn't take my eyes off, it's so picturesque. Shrines, gates, gardens, stone gardens, temples. There are about 1,600 temples in Kyoto. In 2 days we did a maximum of 5. Whichever you choose, be sure to visit Kiyomizu-dera. On iconic old-fashioned streets of Ninenzaka and Sanizaka there are tons of cafes, souvenir shops, tourists in kimonos and amazing views. The highlight was Otagi Temple, quiet, modest, and away from the crazy crowds of Arashiyama Forest nearby. We had some sushi, matcha tea, and went to Samurai Museum. We were in Osaka for just a few hours, but it was enough to impress us to the core, with its bizarre architecture, stylish coffee shops, and ridiculous long alley of street food. I'm not sure about the long stay in Osaka, but it's definitely worth a visit. Shirakawa-go is the most popular Japanese village. It is located deep in the mountains and even nowadays it's hard to get there during the rainy and snowy season. The main craft of the locals was silk weaving. Workshops were set up in the multi-store attics of their homes under a massive thatched triangular roof. It's called gassho. This style of architecture is unique and specific to Japan. For a long time, this region has been isolated, preserved, and now is protected by UNESCO. This is why more than 1 million people come to Shirakawa-go every year. We didn't stay away either. This place is awesome. You can go inside of some houses and even book a room for a night. You can learn more about Shirakawa on my Red Hat Travel website. Himeji Castle, its main building, was completed in the 16th century, escaped all wars, fires, earthquakes, and is perfectly preserved to this day. Himeji is 45.5 meters tall and has 7 stories. You can't see everything quickly, plan on about 2 hours. The castle is fabulously beautiful. Himeji means white heron because of the elegant white color and exquisite shape of the soaring bird. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The number of visitors per day to Himeji Castle is limited, so come early. Japan has more than just castles. Budget tourists can stay in capsule hotel. It is more private and comfortable than European hostels, and inside the cabin there is everything you need. Don't miss my 27 tips how to save money in Japan. Link is below the video. Now it's time for my favorite part of our trip, Koyasan. Koyasan is a sacred town in the snowy mountains of Japan, home to 117 temples and the mecca of people seeking their way and harmony. We traveled there from Kyoto with a lot of transfers, stayed in a real temple Shukubo with the monks, enjoyed their delicious food, prayers and land. According to the legend, Japanese monk Kobodaishi threw a small trident into the sky and decided to build a temple where it would land. So here, on the top of Mount Koya in 816, he founded Koyasan and built beautiful Danjo-Garan temple. But the main one in the area is Kangobuji Temple. Its stone garden is considered to be the largest in Japan. The temple was spectacular and soulful, like everything in Koyasan. Definitely a must-visit for your trip. My full story about this place is by the link in the description. We fell in love with Kanazawa at first sight. It's a big city but not very crowded, with a lot of interesting things to do. I liked Old Chaya district with souvenir shops and tea houses. In some of them real geishas still perform. Kanazawa has been the main supplier of golden leaf in Japan for 400 years. We went on a workshop at one of the oldest companies, Sakuda. The gold leaf is very thin. The process of production is very complex, requiring special temperature and humidity levels. In Japan, they use golden leaf to cover jewelry, statues and temples. We decorated our chopsticks and had so much fun. The master was very helpful. Strangely enough, similar chopsticks in a souvenir store cost more than we paid for the whole workshop, so I strongly recommend this experience. Kanazawa has its own castle, surrounded by bridges and moats. If you don't know a lot about its history, the castle inside may seem rather boring. Empty wooden halls and stairs, but beautiful views from the windows. And another gem, Kenroku-en Garden. In Japanese it means garden of 6 virtues: spaciousness, tranquility, artistry, antiquity, water and magnificent view. You can't really argue with that. Kenroku-en is considered one of the best gardens in Japan. Kanazawa is a homeland of rich samurais. They had their own district, Nagamachi. It has historical value and spirit of the Edo period. Long streets of beautiful ancient walls and houses. You can visit some of them. Our hotel was the same as everywhere else in Japan. Small, functional, clean, with a remote control for the toilet. Plan for Kanazawa at least 2 days. It's wonderful. Takayama wasn't on my bucket list, but I'm so glad we got there. It's very charming and vibrant, many tourists, but if you arrive in the afternoon as we did, you'd have a chance to explore it more quietly. We went to Takayama Jinya, an old government building with nice interior and garden. By the way, you need to take off your shoes and put on the slippers in every Japanese temple, museum and house. There is a very beautiful festival in Takayama held on 2 days in spring and autumn. We were in town at a different time but visited Yatai Kaikan Museum, where they kept yatai, the 3-floor floats, which parade during the festival. Also beautiful city view from here. Nara town is simply my love. More than 1,000 deer live in its central park. These wild animals walk on the streets among the people. They ask for a treat, special crackers that you can buy at every shop. Some even try to get crackers by force and poke passing people with small horns. Others are very polite, and when you bow to them, they will bow back. Nara remains full of cultural treasures, including some of Japan's oldest and largest temples. Todaiji was established in early 8th century, and its main hall with the giant Buddha statue is one of the largest wooden buildings in the world. Inside there is a column with a hole through which people climb to achieve enlightenment and luck. Nagatsudo is part of a Todaiji temple but separate structure. There is a special purification ritual before entering every Japanese shrine, Shinto. You wash your hands, rinse your mouth, then turn the dipper upright until empty. More interesting things, places and maps you can find in our detailed itinerary below the video. We had a hearty dinner. Really, there is no problem with great food in Japan. We checked in our hotel with an amazing view out the window and couldn't believe that our journey at this wonderful country had come to an end. But the truth is that Japan is a never-ending story and love, at least for us. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Many thanks for that, and see you on our next adventure.